Welcome back, people. j&rbuilds back at it again on the Nova. We took a little bit of a break because of some coronavirus stuff going around. Can you still say that on YouTube? Coronavirus? I remember people getting in trouble over that. I don't know. Hopefully we don't get in trouble over it. I doubt we will. But that's why we were gone. We're back. Starting off where we left off, which was jigs. I don't know if you saw the last video. We were building some jigs for the subframes, all the pickup points, mounting points for the front subframe. We're back on that again today. A lot of cutting, grinding, welding. This is just a rough idea of where the pickup points are. If we can get that done and the rear subframe done today, next week is going to be building frames, which, like I said before, if we're building frames, we're building a race car. So this is a lot of tear down, a lot of pre-work, but once it's finished, we'll get back on it. So this is where we left off. We built this jig here. This is just the 4 main mounting points for the front subframe. So now what we have to do so that we can bolt this up, there's a little bit of space on those studs, so we need to build out a 1-inch square tubing of this stuff here. We need to build a little bit of a spacer that comes up so that we can bolt this in. That'll give us a little bit more secure of a mounting point, and it'll make everything else that attaches to this more accurate. But we're gonna get over there, cut some 1-inch square tubing, and then get on with it. Listen to editing notes, Josh.
Probably won't.
Yeah, I know.
Future me is pretty stupid.
Fitting. Alright, so we got the main jig bolted up. We got those spacers in, you can see them right there, and a nut. And that is strong enough to hold me. I'm not going to stand in there because I don't trust myself, but it will hold me. You can take my word for it. So with that being said, we're going to move on to getting up to this strut tower. These front coilovers came with this plate on top, and it's the bolt holes. Or actually, it came up here on top of the strut tower. It's this little spacer. We're going to use it for the mounting points up there. We're going to bolt it up, and then we're just going to have a tube that comes down to here and tie it into this plate, and that will be our strut mounting points. Alright, so I got those brackets cleaned off so we can get a somewhat decent weld on there. And then we got a couple of these bars cut. And I got one of these in here now. So we got it bolted up. And I have a bar that comes down to somewhere in this area. And then it will tie into this plate, hopefully. Alright, so we got this strut mounting point in. These welds are terrible. Ignore. Josh, if you're hearing this, blur those out. They're bad. They're bad welds. But it's because it's flux core and I'm not very good with flux core. I'm way better with MIG. But you can see where that ties in to that bar going across and it goes up to the top. We're going to take a break from this part, partially because this isn't as necessary. And this front jig is a lot more complicated than the rear. So we're going to move on to the back with this one, and we're actually going to build this not under the car, which will be nicer. So we're just going to build a plate for all four corners, and then we'll have a bar that goes from this one across to that one, and a bar that goes from there to there, and then we'll connect them going up and over in the middle or something like that. And that'll be our main mounting points. That's really what we need to start building a chassis. Once we can get that, then we can worry about strut towers and all that. So yeah, we're gonna have Josh cutting some holes in some metal. We'll cut them out, get them over here, and then take measurements on how long a bar we need. Alrighty, so we got one of these cut out. This is one of the plates that we're going to use for the rear subframe. We got 3 more here that I got to cut out, but we ran out of storage on our camera, our main camera. So we're going to call it for a day. We'll come back tomorrow, finish cutting these out, and then get them welded together on the rear subframe. Yeah, we'll catch y'all tomorrow. Alrighty, so it's a new day. Picked this up for the welder and got some gas in so we can finally convert this over to MIG wire, MIG welding. We were running flux core and it still got the flux core wire in it, but we're going to change that out. Wasn't too happy with it. I never have been happy with the flux core welding, but we're going to switch it over to MIG now, so hopefully we'll get a lot cleaner welds. If my voice sounds different, it's because I went to a game last night, football game, and we won, as you can tell by my voice. Anyways, we're going to get back to it on these, cutting these out. We've got to finish drilling these holes, making them a little bit bigger, cut them out, and then we will start building the jig on the rear subframes over there. Yeah. Alrighty, so this is what we got built. It's the rear subframe jig, the front subframe. This is just one strut mount. We can't do the other, otherwise we can't get it out. But yeah, this is what we got built. So next week, it's going to be building frames. These are the main mounting points for these subframes. This isn't everything. So we're going to come back to these, but we are going to use them to start working with our main frame rails. Frame rails, these are the rears, those are the fronts. So yeah, next week we're going to start building those. Alrighty, so we got these jigs done, or they're not done. There's a lot more that we have to do to these, but they are good to go as far as starting to build frame rails. So these are our 4 main mounting points for both the front and the rear, and that's what we're going to be doing next week, building frame rails. That's going to be a lot of measurement, making sure it's square, because if that frame is not square, the car is not going to drive straight. So we have to be double, triple, ultra checking our measurements. So that's going to be fun. Looking forward to that. But a frame. So we're just one step closer to getting this body on that suspension and mounting that motor in this car. That one that I currently have everything resting on. But it's okay. We'll redo everything. But yeah, next week's gonna be that. So if you did like this video, let us know. If you didn't, also let us know, and let us know why. Maybe there's something we can fix. I don't know what it is, because we're so perfect, but if there's something that we're not perfect on, or you think that we're not perfect on, let us know in the comments. Also, like, subscribe, and keep an eye out for the next video. Hopefully it's building frames. Until next time, peace.